Hello, and welcome to a bonus episode of Wheel of Horror, the podcast where two best friends normally spin a wheel and it picks the movie for them, but today we're going to be big boys and do it ourselves, so there you go. Today we're talking about the 1987 film The Lost Boys, which was directed by Joel Schumacher. I'm your co-host Alec.
I'm Erik, and with us today is a very, very, very spooky guest, Kelly Harper. Welcome to the show.
Hi guys, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Bonus episode.
I know. So just to give a little context to this episode, we're going to release this on, I don't know, some random day because we love this movie so much. You love this movie so much, Kelly, and we're like, we have to talk about this.
That's what we're doing.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm so excited.
Well, so Kelly, we grew up with you. You're from Avon. You're from the town where Erik and I are from.
I am.
Yeah, and you're from New Hampshire originally?
Yeah, that's so creepy. You remember that? Yeah. So I was I was born in New Hampshire and then I moved to Avon for 7th grade and then was with you guys for the rest of that time.
Right. Yeah, no, that is
Yeah.
actually weird that I know that.
I didn't no idea. I was like, Kelly wasn't with us in kindergarten. Like,
I
don't
know. I
remember.
feel like sometimes people put me inside of memories like, yeah, you remember you
Yeah.
were there too. And I was like, no, I wasn't. Because you guys were all friends way longer before I came into the picture. So
You just messed my mind up a little bit, but
I know.
that's just me.
Oh my God, it's like Mandela effect with your friends.
I'm all messed up, dude. Berenstain Bears. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. I remember though, Kelly, distinctly, like when we were, I don't know, probably like 13 or 14, we were all hanging out. Like you loved like monster movies, but not like classic monster movies. You like the Lost Boys or like Underworld or like
Yep.
Resident Evil and stuff. Like
Yep. Yep. Exactly. And I was such a
Buffy.
Buffy's my favorite of all time. But Buffy wouldn't be here without the Lost Boys. So that's
Mhm.
yeah.
Vamping out, right? Vamping out.
Exactly. But yeah, I remember I was like such a snob about it too. Like when people were like, "Oh, that's like a dumb movie." I'm like, "You're dumb. Like, don't you understand like the impacts that this movie had on like society as a whole?" Like I was such a movie snob in high school. Like I feel so bad about it. But yeah, no, I loved all that stuff for sure.
Special types of people love this movie, and it's very, very like rare people I've met. Like I don't know a lot of people that love this movie, but every single person who knows this movie and loves it is cool in my book. And I remember in like middle school or high school, we were with a bunch of people, we were hanging out at your house, and like we went to your bedroom and there was a
This is
Lost
getting
Boys.
weird.
There's a Lost Boys poster in your bedroom.
Yes, I
remember
love
that.
the Lost Boys.
And I was like,
Yes.
oh, Kelly's cool. Like
Aw. Thanks. Yeah, no, awesome movie. Awesome movie. Like literally one of my favorites. It's so funny though, because even though it's one of like my absolute all-time favorites, I wouldn't say that it's a movie that I like watch over and over and over and over again. Like when I watched it again to go on this podcast, I was like, oh, there's a lot that I like didn't really remember, but I like still call it like one of my top 10 films. So it's like interesting that I didn't remember all of it. But I mean, you just have to respect this movie for what it is, right? I mean, like you can't let anybody talk bad about it. Like a whole genre of like teen vampires would not exist if this movie wasn't here. Like it's
yeah.
just crazy to me. So like you have to respect this movie. You have to love this movie.
Yeah,
Damn.
Corey Feldman talks shit about this movie. It's like, shut up, Corey Feldman.
Yeah, you're
This movie's
stupid.
great. You should be
Jesus.
proud to be in it.
I love the passion, Kelly.
Oh my God.
So what was something that you didn't remember from when you were younger that now stands out? You're like, I like it, I don't like it, or this is still a masterpiece?
Oh my gosh, it's still a masterpiece. But I did not remember the scene where they ran into the church and filled up their holy water. And I was like belly laughing. I thought it was like so funny. I'm like, how did I not remember this? This is hilarious. So like just like little scenes here and there that lasted about like 10 seconds. And I just like, how did I not remember this? Or like the shot where it's like Kiefer Sutherland's bat feet. I was like, how did I not remember his bat feet? But it's like so cool because not a lot of vampire movies portrayed them as bats. So I think I just like saw it from like a different lens at this point in time when I watched it because now I've seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer about 5 times, Vampire Diaries, True Blood, Queen of the Damned, Interview with a Vampire, Twilight. So I'm like, oh, like this is how they portray vampires. And I don't know, maybe I've just seen more vampire stuff now. So I see it differently.
This time I watched it and there was like some vampire lore that I was questioning, but I wonder maybe you can even clear it up for us, Kelly. So before the final battle, when Michael is taking Star and Laddie out of the cavern or whatever, there's still sunlight and they can't get burnt or whatever.
I was having such a hard time when she was like, "We're only half vampire. We're not full until we have our first kill." I'm like, how can you keep track of all of the different vampire rules for every single movie? Like, they should be universal. This is very annoying. So, like, I feel like they made that up because, like, as a half vampire, like, how long can you be a half vampire before you either die? I was very confused by that too. So
Michael
I
would
don't
be
know.
a half vampire, right?
Yeah, so Michael
Yeah,
and Star are both half vampires because they got turned, but they never ate or like killed somebody, so they're not full vampires yet. So they can still get turned back to humans when the lead vampire gets killed. That's what I took from it.
Yeah, and
that's what
Michael
I
can
took from
still
it
like
too.
see the sunlight and like go out in it, where the real vampires are like, no, they're deep within a cave right now and can't like
Exactly.
see around it. Like Michael can just wear sunglasses, like daywalkers, right? Like they're called like half vampires.
I guess. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
It was
I don't
just
know.
weird
Huh.
because it seems like why wouldn't everyone want to be a half vampire then if you can like fly and live forever and you can still
Right.
go outside? Like it
But
just doesn't make sense.
It's like being a vegan vampire, right? Oh,
Exactly.
yeah, but that's the thing. Laddie though, he was freaking the fuck out. He was like clawing at them, so maybe he was like, I need to eat. So maybe like you can do that, but eventually, like we never see Star go crazy. We never see her transform, and she must have been a vampire longer than Michael, at least. I don't know. That was weird. The other thing I noticed too, and this might just be a plot hole, or maybe I'm a stupid idiot, but you know how they say like you have to invite the vampire in or whatever?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so they invite Max in. They didn't invite David. They didn't invite Marco. They didn't invite any of those other guys in there.
I literally thought the same thing when he came flying through the chimney. I was like,
Yeah.
they did not invite him in.
No.
So I
Yeah.
totally agree with that plot hole.
So I thought of this though. I was like, all right, so maybe the other vampires can go in because they allowed the head vampire in. But then they say that the holy water doesn't affect Max because he's the head vampire and you got permission to go in. But then the
Connected,
other
yeah.
vampire gets killed by holy water in the bathtub. So if they're allowed to go in because the head vampire got permission, you'd think that the holy water wouldn't affect them like it didn't affect Max.
Alec, there's a lot of layers to vampires that I just think your tiny brain would never really understand. Um,
No, I mean, that's completely valid. I think those are completely valid concerns that you have about vampires.
I'm pissed off, guys. No, no, this is a great vampire movie, though. This is an 80s staple classic. So 80s, it hurts. It hurts sometimes. It's so 80s.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes.
this is the first movie with the two Corys in there.
I know.
The first one where they were together, and Corey Feldman was all up on coke for the first like part of this movie. Apparently,
Really? How
he
old
almost
was
got
he?
fired. He was very young. He
Oh, that's
he
so
Feldman,
sad.
not the one who passed away.
Right.
He showed up to set and was like falling asleep and stuff, and the director was like, "Hey, get your shit together. You're out." And he did. He stopped, and at least for the movie, and like wasn't a pain in the ass on set anymore, and
Jeez.
went
Oh,
on to
that's so
do other movies.
terrible.
Yeah, he was very young.
I read a while ago, I might be lying on your podcast right now, but I read that the original director was supposed to be the one from the Goonies, I forget his name,
Yeah.
and that it was supposed to be like a bunch of kid vampires versus Boy Scouts. And
Mm.
then when Schumacher took it over, he was like, no, 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 no. Teens, young adults, lots of sexy vampires. And they were like, oh, okay.
Sax
Yeah.
players,
Yeah, sax players.
motorcycles.
Oh my gosh. So about that scene with the concert,
I thought like,
is that just like a local, like every Friday night, like that band comes out and has that concert and like they draw that kind of crowd, or like what was the deal?
Oh
Like
my God. I
what
we
kind of
love it.
needed
event
10
was
minutes
that?
without bringing up the sax player. 10 minutes
Thank
almost.
God.
I'm very impressed. But Alec, answer, please.
Dude, all right. So I'm not even exaggerating. I listen to that song at least once a week. It comes on shuffle. I've never skipped it if it comes on shuffle ever.
I have
Okay.
it on vinyl somewhere. I think it's at my mom's house.
I love it. His name is
The Lost
Tim.
Boy
His name
soundtrack.
is Tim Capello, and he's the guy that like sings the song and is like the greased up sax player or whatever. And I don't know what the fuck that concert is. It's insane. And like I don't even know what that town is. It doesn't even make sense. But the concert is the best thing in the world.
It's the
And
best thing.
I just want to bring up this one really quick thing. I know, obviously, you know this, Eric, but Kelly, do you know the show Eastbound and Down on
Yes.
HBO? All right.
Yes.
So they make a bunch of weird references to this concert throughout the show. And there's this random dude in the second season when they're in Mexico, and he just walks up, and Kenny Powers walks up, is like, it's like, you got the motherfucking sax player from the Lost Boys up in here? Yeah, and it's just like, it's so random, and no
No,
one would get that.
he's driving drunk home from like a baseball game bender, and like the "Thou shall not fall," like "Thou shall not fall," and it's just him with like the windows rolled down. He's all like coked out. It's
Yeah.
like, oh,
Oh my God.
But yeah, so this song, I don't know. There's so much to that song and the whole concert experience that just like treads into other media that I like, and I don't know, I love it.
I read one small trivia thing about the location of that area. I think it's Santa Cruz,
It is,
right?
yeah. It's
Santa Cruz.
And that bandstand, like that area where the concert was played, actually got ruined in an earthquake, which is kind of like, huh. This movie brings up an earthquake, which is where
Yeah.
the vampires hang out. So I'm like, that's a
Exactly.
little, I'm not a
That's
conspiracy
spooky.
theory. Yeah, it's spooky, right? So
yeah.
that whole like stage or whatever got like all messed up because of an earthquake in like 1989 after this movie, obviously.
Huh.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
When they were zooming into the boardwalk, I was like, did I put on Us by accident? Like it was like the exact same shot as like when
Oh yeah.
that started out. And I was like, and also like this movie took place like during a time where there were just like a lot of like serial killers like in that area too. And I'm like, this boardwalk's like fucking terrible.
Yeah,
Like
Santa
Yeah.
Cruz
what is going on?
was the murder capital of the world, and they were like really pissed.
Legit.
Like do not use that in the movies. Like, well, it's not Santa Cruz, it's Santa Clara. It's like, no, idiots, you're still filming here. Do not say murder capital of the world at all in this movie, and they did anyway. So
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
it's Santa Carla in the movie. It's fictional or something. I don't know.
What is up
Right.
with that town though? Like I cannot imagine a town like that ever actually existing. Like
Just all the damn vampires, dude. That's what's up. Just all the damn vampires.
I know, but there's still like groups of just shithead kids everywhere. Just like I don't know. Like it's a
You
nice.
couldn't pay me $100 an hour to be a cop in that town.
No,
That must suck. Just punk kids like throwing
Making
shit
out
at
with
you.
rats. That was like in the first minute. She was like literally making out with a rat, one of
Yeah.
the kids.
oh
That
yeah.
was so weird.
Yeah, that whole intro shot with the people are strange and they're just showing all the different clips. You're like, what is this place? Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
like
Speaking of the people of strange things, there's also I don't know if you know this, Alec. You know, vampires can get killed by a stake. You know, sunlight, holy water, stuff like that. They
decapitation.
also all vampires really love Jim Morrison.
Yes.
That's a fact.
Is that?
Google
Is
it.
it?
It's in Bram Stoker's Dracula. It's in Buffy. Vampires love Jim Morrison. I don't know why. There's a big poster of it in the cave, in the earthquake cave. It's just a fact. You play Jim Morrison songs, the vampires show up.
Well,
Something about it.
I think there is a point to that though, because Jim Morrison was into like blood magic and blood rituals and stuff. Like he really was in his real life. And I mean, there's a big poster of him, yeah. And then they do have that intro song, even though it's not by the Doors, but still. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird town though.
Mhm.
Weird town. Love the house though. I wish I had that house.
It is
Oh,
cool, right?
I have a question. Okay, so like an 80s movie can't get through like 5 minutes without some type of like foreshadowing or symbolism or something like that. But what was up with all the taxidermy? Like, I did not make that connection at all. Like, I was like, what is the point of it?
He makes some weird joke, right? Doesn't Michael make a weird joke about stuffing the for when he goes to see his girlfriend or something like that? He's like, "What are you gonna stuff her?" or something like that.
Yeah, but like they had a whole plot line on taxidermy just for one joke. I mean, I guess so, but it
It's a
just
lot
seems
of
weird.
yeah, because he keeps bringing it into the room, and then like the kid just gets like weird, Grandpa, but there's no payoff. Yeah,
Exactly. It's so
Well,
bizarre.
it kills Kiefer.
I know, I thought that too. I was like, well, I guess it killed Kiefer Sutherland at the end, but it
yeah,
still
but
seems like
That's
a
a big deal. Like he
yeah.
dies by taxidermy deer head thing.
yeah, but just have a head on the wall and be like, "Yeah, I shot that like 6 months ago," and then that's it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh my-
They don't need to do this whole like, "Oh, Grandpa's a weird taxidermy who probably is a recovering alcoholic and why he drinks so much root beer." He's like, "Don't. That's all I got." Like, sort of. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
I
didn't
do
get it.
love that house though. But yeah, the taxidermy stuff's weird. The other thing I want to ask, and I don't, I'm not trying to be a weird here, but did you guys notice the poster on his door?
Rob Lowe.
What kind of
that was
fucking-
that was a connection to another movie he was in with Rob Lowe or something. It was just like the director.
Didn't he also have one of Molly Ringwald though?
I didn't see the Molly Ringwald one. I just see when he's going and I'm like, who is that guy like with his shirt pulled up? And I'm like, that's like
It's Rob Lowe.
no guy would have that poster in their room. Be like, yeah, I'm a big like I don't know Austin Powers fan. I don't know what.
I just thought it was weird he was having like a bubble bath at the age of like what 14. Like
Yeah, and he's like,
I stopped
I
having
ain't got a man.
that.
Well, the bathtub scene, I couldn't get over how close his stereo was. I'm like, can you move your stereo? I was getting like very anxious.
Yeah,
Very
that
close
too.
to the
Like, oh
water.
my god, like you are about to fry you and your dog and ruin
Yeah.
all the electrical in your home. Like
Yeah. Speaking of the dog, I could not remember if the dog died. And I was like, well, I can't watch this again if the dog dies. So I had to pause it and I Googled, does the dog die? And I thought, wow, what a great idea for a website. There is one. It lists every animal in every movie and how they die. So then
Oh my
you
God.
can make the decision for yourself if you are up for watching the different deaths of each animal in the movie. And I just like really appreciate that website because then I could go back and watch the movie knowing that neither of the dogs died.
Wow.
holy shit.
Yeah.
There's a website. The internet is a very,
Dinner is a
very
great place.
powerful,
Yeah.
Oh my
powerful.
God. That's so funny. It's like, listen, and before you watch any movie, it's just like, hey, you want to watch this movie? It's like, hold on, let me check the database, make sure the dog
Do
died.
horses die in this movie? Do horses
Yeah.
die? Like it's like yeah,
Yep. Exactly.
Black Beauty. Yes, a horse dies. Like
Wow.
Also, growing up, my family dog was named Nanook, and that's the same name as his dog.
I thought your dog's name was Luna.
That is not me, Alec.
Wait, the little white dog that barks a lot?
Cody.
That was Cody.
Yeah. Oh my God. R.I.P. Cody. We just lost him like 2 weeks ago.
oh,
I know.
No,
I know.
Cody.
I know.
No.
But he never liked you, Alec.
I
he
know.
didn't like anyone.
I know.
Did he
No,
like?
like
Yeah.
me.
Poor
Did he
guy.
like Eric? I don't think he liked anybody.
I don't
I
know.
don't
He
like
didn't like
him.
anybody.
Cody didn't like me.
Uh,
I know.
that scene with Thorn when he's like the Hounds of Hell or whatever. That scene is crazy with the way the dog is going after her.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
brutal, and I kind of really want to see like an overdubbing of that dog being like, "Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here!" Chasing her. It starts like its head is breaking through a fence. So you're like, what did they do to get that reaction?
Seriously. It's terrifying. Animal
Oh my
abuse
God.
for sure.
I watched it this time. I was like, every cut just gets more intense. So I'm like, are they like cattle prodding it? And they're just like, "All right, get it quick, quick," like sort of thing. Because it's going nuts at the end. But
Yeah, I don't
Oh
know how
my
they got that
God.
shot either. One more
But
other thing that the internet's powerful for, I Googled how many times they say Michael in this movie,
oh
and
my
it came up
God.
118 times.
Like
Michael,
we get it. That's his
Michael,
name. Like I get it.
Michael.
oh my
Ugh.
God.
118. That's a lot. Like if you were to say Michael 118 times, that's like 5 minutes.
Wait, the movie was only 137 minutes, so that's like a Michael a
Yeah,
minute.
right?
Michael a minute.
That's crazy. Wait, but the thing that pissed me off though about that, did they count the Mikes? Because his brother called him Mike, but
Yeah,
everyone else called him Michael.
let's see if the Google has differentiated the times and we can add them together. I don't know. It's
There's
the internet's wild.
it's probably getting to the point where there's like online debates. It's like, no, 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 no. It's actually he says Michael these many times. It's like, all right, guys. Oh my God, how?
Well, two people said Michael at the same time, so it
Yeah,
kinda,
exactly.
like
Now, I guess like just from like a filming point of view too, I really love those aerial POV shots from the helicopter or whatever. I love how it's not you don't see like this creature flying and it looks so fake. Like this, you get the point, and it's still good. It's effective.
Oh my God, I totally agree. I was thinking, I love that they didn't show them flying, that they just had their perspective as the camera because it just makes it way less cheesy. It's a little bit more spooky. It's kind of like Jaws-esque, where like you don't really know how scary they are. And I was so here for it. I loved that.
Yeah.
Alex went around like cables, like flying. Like it
Yeah.
wouldn't be scary.
Terrible. Actually, the makeup in this is great too. I was like, this is really good vampire work. Like it doesn't look like shit. I don't know. And you're the vampire expert, Kelly. I mean, how does this hold
Looks
up?
great. Looks great. Yeah. I mean, I watched every season of Buffy like 10 times and that budget was lower. So they
I
look
gotta
great.
get back in there. I've only seen season 1 and 2 now. I told you a long time ago, like, I'll watch it, Kelly. I'll watch it. I'm gonna get there.
You got to power
One
through
day.
the first few seasons.
Yeah,
And then
I'm trying.
no. It's one of those shows where it's like at the first few seasons are like episode to episode. It's like they each kind of like stand alone. And then there's just like a bunch of character development by like season 4, and then it's like throughout the whole season as a plot line. So
And
it's a
then I'm
lot
hooked, and
easier
then
to
it's like
watch.
I'm
Why
uphill.
am I talking about Buffy? I am so sorry. That's
Wait,
not
it's a
why
vampire.
I'm-
Oh, no, this is about the Lost Boys.
I
No.
know.
Actually, I
I
do have
know.
a really quick Buffy question though. This is serious. How does the Buffy movie play into the series?
It
No.
doesn't.
Oh,
Yeah. It's the series is like based on the movie.
I was watching Dude, Where's My Car, and that one girl is it the original Buffy?
Christy Swanson, is that her name?
I don't know. I don't
Did
know.
I just make that up? I made that up,
I don't. It
probably.
sounds like it would be her name, but I don't know. But yeah, no, I saw that. I was like, who is that
Is
lady?
that Chrissy Boner? And
Yes, Chrissy Boner.
it's Chrissy Boner, and then probably Chrissy Swanson. Then
Yeah, yeah. I looked up. I was like, she's pretty, and then I was like, oh, she's in Buffy. She is Buffy. Okay, so okay, that's it. What would you say? This is like a horror comedy vampire movie.
cult
Is that
classic.
Yeah.
cult
Cult
classic?
classic. Yeah.
It's the beginning of a genre. I'm trying to tell you guys. This is like
Vamp out.
he made an entire new genre with this movie of like teen sexy vampires, of like women everywhere age 13 to 37 being like, wait a minute, I need a vampire boyfriend. Like he did that. He literally did that with this movie. I don't think you can put it in a box.
What do you think it is, Kelly? What try and speak for the entire gender of women. What is
Oh
it?
God.
What is it that girls like about vampires?
They're like a
Oh,
bad boy,
man.
Alec.
Yeah, okay. Number one, first and foremost, they're bad boys, right? Of course.
They're killing.
Number two, when they say, I want to be with you forever, they literally mean that. They literally mean forever.
Okay, so that's it.
And then other than that, I don't know. I really don't. It's just like I couldn't tell you, but
Yeah.
I'm on the train. I really am, but I
I
don't
mean,
know.
Twilight is like, girls
Huge.
love it, and
Yeah.
yeah, these vampires are definitely like more intimidating than that. But what's your favorite vampire movie though, Kelly? Is this it?
Oh geez. Favorite vampire. Well, okay. Favorite vampire movie of all time, The Lost Boys. Vampire movie I watch over and over and over and over again. Like for some reason, I just cannot get enough of it. No matter how many times I tell myself stop watching this movie, is Queen of the Damned.
Who's the lead in that? It's not Jennifer Lopez, is it?
No, it's Aaliyah.
Oh, okay. I feel like I saw it like
Yeah.
it's from like 2002, right? I feel like I saw it like right
Yeah,
when
it's
it
real
came out.
old. Yeah, it's real
Yeah,
old.
yeah. Okay, and that's
He's in a vampire rock band. I mean, it's like, how can you say no?
oh man,
Alec, can you do your special talent for Kelly?
it's not a special talent.
It's a special. Alec does the sax player special talent. Explain it real quick before you do it.
It's something
Please.
I just showed to Eric 5 seconds ago, and I was like, I think it'd be funny if when he's like, oh, I still believe, but it just goes for like 5 minutes. We're just going like, oh, and everyone's just kind of like rocking their head at the concert, and he just doesn't stop, and everyone's like, what the fuck's going on? It's like, I still believe, and everyone's just like, yes.
So how long could you hold that note for?
Longer than anyone would want to hear it for,
Oh my God.
which is like
But
5
if you're like in that crowd and he's just like about to go off and like you're just there, like yeah,
I would
love this song.
if I was alive back then. I'd be like, if I died at that concert, I'd be like, I'm okay. I don't need
Yeah.
anything else. Like this is it.
It's a crazy
like one of the
concert.
trash bins like falls on you and you get like completely burnt and like
Yeah, and then you could
happens.
explain to people like, no, don't be sad. This is what he wanted.
This is what yeah, there's a time and a place for that concert, and it was this movie, 1987.
Oh yeah. That would
Yeah.
never work.
Can I ask one more thing? Did you guys feel like Diane Wiest was like the worst mom that ever lived? And on
Yes.
top of that, I feel like because I just rewatched Edward Scissorhands too, and I'm
Ah,
like, it's the same mom. It's
yeah.
the same stupid mom that is just like thinks the best of everything, but like is a horrible mother. And I'm like, did they just watch that and say, just do that character again? Like it was so bad.
Yes. So we actually just did the Edward Scissorhands podcast literally 30 minutes before we did this one.
No
And
way.
yeah, with a guest, and we were just talking about it, and it's so funny that we did these back to back because I was just watching Edward Scissorhands be like, what the fuck is that lady from? And then it's like, oh, but it's so true because she's the mom that it's like, mom, shut up and just sit down for 5 seconds. I really need to explain what's going on here. But she's like, no, not another word.
I'm being selfish.
Not another word. It's like, mom, Edward didn't do this. And then it's just like, Oh, it's like, oh, just explain the situation for 5 fucking seconds to this woman, and then there wouldn't be so much miscommunication and so many bad things happening in both
Totally
movies.
agree. In both movies.
Yeah, it's both of
It's
them.
like the exact same thing happens twice to this woman.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah. She just wants to like talk over people and be like, no, 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 it's fine. Edward didn't know what he was doing. He's like, all right, can we just really just talk for 5 seconds and explain the situation? Yeah.
Say, I know we just moved you and uprooted you, and then go to the boardwalk, go have drugs and have fun and do things. You just got here. It's like, no, like, mom, like, you need to talk to us, and like, we need comfort. We just moved from our hometown. Really sad, and we're in the murder capital of the world. What mother moves their children, to the murder capital of the world? This is gonna be fine.
Yeah, with her
Oh
crazy
my god.
grandpa. Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
interesting.
Is there any relation, you would probably know this, Eric, to the Peter Pan Lost Boys?
No, I don't think so. I mean,
Well, the themes of it are, like, pretty similar. But
yeah, they can't grow up. They're the
yeah,
Mission.
same
because
age.
they're teens that don't grow up, and they live in a cave, and Max is kind of like Peter, he's looking
And
for a
there's a
mom,
head
so
a head
Lucy is
vampire,
Wendy.
a head person, a head lost
Yeah,
boy. Yeah, that's a good point, and that's all.
Oh,
Yeah, that makes all sense now.
oh, and they're
yeah.
looking for their Wendy. Oh,
Yeah, looking for
shit.
their Wendy. Yeah, so that would
Oh.
be yeah, and then he takes care of all of his boys, so he's like Peter Pan, and then all the rest of the vampires are the Lost Boys.
And they can
Oh.
fly.
And they can fly, exactly.
Jesus Christ, why do we Alec, that was the dumbest question you've ever asked, and I was like, "I don't know why it's called the Lost Boys.
I
Why would it be
mean,
called that?" I'm like,
I didn't know that either. I was like,
I
okay.
shoulda knew. I'm like,
So there's 2 things I wanted to bring up.
Was
Um,
it that how the blood boils up through the entire house is, like, the best scene ever?
oh my god, and stars like Tinkerbell, oh my god, it's all really, like, hitting me hard in the face.
Oh
Like,
my god, Star is Tinkerbell.
it's hurting my face.
oh my god, you're watching this from a whole new light now.
I'm watching this like, oh, Peter
Yeah,
Pan, but vampires. It's
wait,
like,
is that yeah, right, Kelly, is that what would happen if somebody melted in a bathtub, would, like, all of your piping just explode?
I'm
Like
not a plumber, I have no idea, I don't think so.
like Breaking Bad style.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous. Oh, I remember now. Eric, do you know that Michael, you're never gonna guess who his father is. In real life, the actor's father.
Is he Canadian?
No,
No, I don't know.
Father Merrin from The Exorcist.
No shit.
Isn't that yeah,
Whoa.
isn't that n I was just looking him up. I was like, "Oh, what's this guy been?" Because he looks like Hayden Christensen. I'm like, "Ah, this guy missed it by 10 years for Star Wars." But then I looked him up, and it said, like, his father, and I clicked it, and it's fucking Father Merrin, and I was like, "No, they don't look anything alike."
No, not at all. Not at all.
I know, but yeah, that blew me away. I was like, "No way. No
It's
way."
wild.
Yeah, yeah, we just
I
watched
think someone in like the Lost Boys sequel. I want to talk that real quick. I never
yeah.
saw the Tribe or
It's
whatever.
I never saw the sequel, no.
there's 2 sequels.
There's probably more
Oh,
now.
really?
No, there's 2. Yeah, I looked it up. There's The Tribe and The Thirst.
And isn't Corey Feldman in one of them?
He's in both of them. Both
Oh
of
my
the frog
god.
and the same actor that played the frog, both the brothers is in both of them. It's just
Al-
following them now.
Also, real quick, their names are Edgar and Allan.
I know, how cool is that?
Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah.
But no Poe. I don't know. They're missing the third one somehow. But yeah, back to the sequel. I think Donald Sutherland's grandson, not Kiefer. Kiefer Sutherland's son or kid is in one
His
of the
half
movies.
brother, his half brother.
Half brother, that's
Yeah.
it. One of those. Yeah, so there's like a little of that as well, like family in that.
I read the plots, they sound awful, and they're dude, it's actually pretty funny. The DVD sales, because this came out in 2008, and it was a straight to DVD movie, and people were so
Walmart
e
bin.
no, 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 but they were so excited that it actually was the highest straight to DVD movie sale of, like, all time at the time, and it has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh,
'Cause
no.
think
That's
about it,
so sad.
there's no internet, so you couldn't go, like, write, like, "This movie's garbage," so everyone just was like, "They're making a Lost Boys sequel," and they buy the DVDs and they watch it like, "This is fucked," and, like
Well, they must have had to do so much character development because we know nothing about them other than they don't like vampires.
yeah,
So
no, there's so much, and yeah, you were saying, Eric, Kiefer Sutherland's actual half brother in real life plays David's brother in this one. It's like, "You killed my brother." Like, it's like that. It's
It's
stupid.
yeah.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
He
that's
really
it's like, "Hey, you
terrible.
wanna bring Kiefer back?" It's like, Kiefer," they just, like, don't even send it to him. It's like, ugh,
well,
don't
the
even ask him.
saddest part about it is Corey Haim too. They tried to have him in it, and he was so messed up on set that they, like,
Yeah.
Oh.
had to cut his entire part and then do it as, like, a post-credit scene that, like, doesn't make sense, and then wasn't in well, he died actually, I think, before they released the 3rd one,
He
but
died in 2010,
yeah, I
I
went
think.
down a horrible Corey Haim rabbit hole on the
Oh,
internet, after watching this. I was like, what happened to this guy? And not a good story, but
No, it's so sad.
yeah.
I know. I didn't watch that documentary because that just seemed like real sad.
Kelly, I got a question for you. Why do vampires like Chinese food?
Mm.
You know,
I don't
is
know.
that in Buffy at all?
No, I thought that they only drank blood, so I was confused.
Blood
don't
and
know.
Chinese food.
Yeah, it's a great mix.
Oh God. All right.
Literally eat Chinese food and then pass the goblet around. It's like, hey,
I know
that's
that
Chinese food and some
montage.
blood.
That montage of him drinking the blood was like the best montage I could have watched when I watched. It was so good.
Then you get to the sex scene and it's like, it's even better. Like this whole montage.
That song, and then with just all the fades and
True
stuff like that.
right, little sister.
Yeah, I love it. I fucking love it. The only song I don't like in this, and I actually like the song separately, is Walk This Way. I don't like that scene with that song on it. But I like that song, and I like the scene, but together they just, I don't know, it's just a weird tonal mix of having like a rap rock over that murder scene.
Once in a while, like I always put my phone on shuffle when I'm in the car and it connects to my Bluetooth. And like once in a while, like it's nighttime, Lost in the Shadows pops up. It's like, oh, we're doing this, and I just crank it and like drive at night, Lost in the Shadows. It's like I'm not gonna skip the song, you know, it's on.
You guys are inspiring me to put this on like a playlist where it like doesn't belong and just
do it.
Like, play it at a party and see if anyone's like, you want to skip it? It's like, no, keep it on. It's okay.
Kelly, is there anything that you want to say about the Lost Boys before we wrap it up here?
No, just thank you for giving me a reason to watch it again. I wouldn't have probably done it in a long time. I have my DVDs like in a giant one of those things that you like zipper up like in a closet. So whenever I want to watch a movie that I have on DVD, I'm like, well, I should get it out because I shouldn't rent it because that's a waste of money. But then I don't, so I just don't watch any of them.
I could just see you like dusting off your DVD case and like, thou shalt not like pulling out the DVD. It's been a while.
I know. So I actually, I did rent it. I didn't get my DVD because I'm that lazy.
Oh my God.
Actually,
no.
Speaking of which, that's what I was going to tell you, Eric. I couldn't find my DVD of this. I was going crazy. I went through my binder. I was opening all these other DVD cases. Like, maybe I fucking put it in this one for no reason and could not find it. So somebody has it out there.
It's probably me.
We're over on time right now, but I have a DVD story about this current wheel that's just, it's painful, but it's hilarious at the same time.
We actually don't have a wheel to spin because this was a bonus episode. So, boom. Yeah, that's it.
Stick around for the next wheel announcement whenever the wheel calls upon us.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Kelly. Well, thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, and anytime if you ever like, hey, they're releasing a new like Underworld movie, or I don't even know. Do you even like Underworld? I feel like an asshole.
No, I do. That was
maybe we'll do Queen of the Damned.
Oh yeah.
No. You guys just have to like mute yourselves while I just like talk for 35 minutes.
Perfect. All right. Well, thanks again, Kelly.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.